anything anymore. All I want is to be recognized for the amount of work that we put in, because I think that we're fucking great. And I don't give a shit what comes with it. I just want Rise Porter to be recognized, because they've been a staple in the indie scene in Toronto for a while, and and we're gonna prove it with this record. We did a very expensive record with a very big producer, and I promise anybody that cares about us and listens to us that it's gonna fucking kill that record. So and that's a promise.
Right on. Great tie into the next thing. Another two-parter. I guess without trying to give away any hints or secrets or tricks or whatnot, your songwriting process, like when you guys want to write a new album or even just write a new tune, is it just coming in and playing together and seeing what comes out? Is it, do you come in with a vocal part? Do you got some riff ready? What's going on like that? Is it the old school Metallica thing where one guy's responsible and tells you what to fucking play? What's...
Yes, that's it.
That's what I thought.
Do it. We're very collaborative. We're very collaborative. Like a good idea is a good idea. We
a
jam
lot of time we just jam. We just have an idea. We start playing something, and the other person.
Some songs, maybe Trevor might come up with a part like a chorus and a bridge and whatever. He's already got kind of it, or I might come up with a song that has a lot of it done or something like that. But it's still collaborative between all of us. There isn't one single thing that there isn't a song ever that doesn't have somebody touching it and adding their molding it to something that can be better.
It's a very mysterious.
Except for Jason.
It's a very very mysterious process, really. Like we don't really know where it's going to come from. We don't think that this is how we have to write a song. This is what we have to write a song about or anything like that. More or less just because it's what we do. We play music, so we just kind of get together and do that. And songs manifest.
They fly on the mic, sorry.
Right on. Well, you know what? I've heard, all the stuff you guys have floating around out there. I've seen you guys play live before. One of my habits sometimes that drives me nuts when I go see bands, especially when they're doing really fucking well, is I stop watching the band and I start watching the audience to see how they're reacting. Given that, I've witnessed a very receptive, very captivated audience, like total attention grabber kind of shit, because you guys are incredibly tight live. And, is a great opportunity for a good ego stroke. Why do you think that is? Like, to set you aside from any other band crunching it out there, I watched it before my own very eyes, but I'd like to know your guys' take on that.
Playing every day, play.
Rehearsing every day, doing our thing, and it's having the main focus, having a show together. Like we put on a show. It's not just, hey, let's throw a set together before we go on. What do you guys want to do? You want to do this song? You want to do this song? It's like we know what we're doing when we go on, right? And we know what we want to get. That being said, the audiences in Toronto are definitely a lot weirder than. They're definitely a lot weirder than anywhere outside of Toronto. That's for sure. They kind of stand there. They got their arms crossed and they watch. They'll clap at the end. Like, yay!
Yeah,
awesome! Awesome, the song's done and stuff. But it's like you go anywhere else and people are bouncing and loving it and screaming and having fun during the song. But Toronto, it's so weird and you don't really know. You're wondering. Basically, are we doing good? I don't know if we're doing good.
It's almost like they're captivated in a different way. I mean,
sure.
In Toronto, if somebody likes the band, they're watching and listening,
judging.
And it feels like they're watching you and judging. Outside of town, it's not like that. If they like you, they're very vocal about it.
Yeah.
They're all over the place. Immediately. They're right in your face with it. Where Toronto, they're a lot more. Laid back about it. Yeah, sure. They're just kind of like, bravo.
Yeah.
Chop chop.
I don't think you'd be the only one thinking that.
I've heard that a million times.
Yeah.
But being tight, not only practicing stuff like that, come up with bands like Hail the Villain, My Darkest Days, Nathan Down. Come up with those guys, play on a bill with them constantly, and not be tight. Like you'll be a fucking mess, right? So there's no way that you want to go out and embarrass yourself in front of their fans, and we haven't. if
For sure.
anything, we always step it up, and we love it. We love playing with bands that can that will drive us to do better. I remember a few years ago when we played with this band called Sloot, and I think we were a band for maybe a year.
Yeah, I think it was around a year.
Like, we just passed that year point, and we just had a packed Crowbar. It was like, maybe 150, 200 people in this small little place downstairs, and I got a call from what's his name, Fox from EMI, to get this new band Sloot on the bill, right? Because I guess they were showcasing, and they went on right before us, and it's just, they ripped it up so hard, and we were just like, oh fuck, like, what are we gonna do? And we just went up there and killed it, and that's what young bands have to do. They have to play with bands that are tighter, better. Not to say that they're tighter or better, but what you want to be wowed by the band before you. And after you, if you can help it. They'll only step up your game. So that's what makes a rock band tight, and practice and loving what you do.
That and being down to earth. There's a lot of bands that think they're the best bands ever, right? And that's not a very good attitude if you want to get better.
Yeah, definitely having your composure of yourself and not being.
You just pulled a Rain Man there.
Definitely.
Edit that, like,
Definitely have. You want to
do that,
take
like,
yeah.
edit
Yeah,
that
definitely.
back.
No, but you just have to. You can't be cocky about yourself. You got to be confident, but you can't be cocky.
Yeah, fine line.
You can't at all.
You may have already actually have answered this already with the audience, I guess, that can show up in this city at least a lot, like a judges panel, as opposed to an audience rocking out. But what would you say is, like, what pisses you guys off as a band the most? Doesn't necessarily mean that it's being
Queen
in this
Street
city.
Queen Street Rock. So many people will hate me out there, when I say shit like this, and you can put it in there if you want. But a lot of people in our crew probably hate them as well. But I fucking hate Metric. And I hate them so much. Not as people. They've worked really hard to get to where they are, and for their fans, they're great. But it seems like there's this the '80s revival, and I think it's on its way out. And it's this Fender guitar, not tight,
Yep.
Little
mess,
mess,
absolute mess, such a chaotic fucking twister of shit. And and I know that there's so many fans out there, and I really, really don't want to piss them off, and because I don't think that we're better. I just think that we're more musical.
For sure.
I hate this jive shit about this Queen Street rock and the trendiness of it, the hipster shit. I hate it. If you're gonna go out there and be a band, blaze a path and knock everything down in front of you. Don't follow something. Obviously you have to be influenced by it, but you can't be a joke in the way that you're just on the ass of the latest trend, because by the time you get it, it's out. So that's what pisses me off the most, and the amount of attention that it gets. Oh fuck. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Recording rules in here.
Mom, I told you not to call me.
No, you know what? Fuck, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, a lot of people that would, look at your shirt.
Yeah, man.
These guys got me in Lamb of God.
Yeah.
They got me to really like Lamb of God, and I'm not a huge metal fan, but I really, really dig them. And I gotta respect it. It's amazingly tight music, and took them a long time, to be able to play that shit. And hopefully we're somewhere in between, commercial rock and very hard rock. And we used to be slightly metal, but I'll give credit to that. Absolutely, I just not some chick singer that's been playing for a few years that has a bunch of friends that are from Queen Street, and obviously they support the act, and labels